Commission on Domestic and Sexual Violence is unique in that it brings to bear both sides of what the ABA is about. First, it's a passion for justice.
The ABA Commission is this pool of reform-minded, creative
judges, lawyers, advocates, law professors
who are interested in social change and social norm change.
And I love the fact that we're always looking at emerging issues and identifying what's working well, where are the gaps, and where's an opportunity to really lift and raise the voice of the ABA to address these critical issues.
At the same time, the Commission provides the expertise
so that other members of the profession have a pool of resources and experts they can turn to and don't have to be experts necessarily themselves.
I see the Commission as a vital educational tool.
It also connects the movement broadly to this very important pool of people of influence and thought leaders within the legal profession.
You just learn so much, and so much of it is best practices and knowing what's being done in the field.
And so the Commission put together standards for representation, and it put together training material for judges, and it put together information for victims.
Many times people mean well, but they don't know what the law is. They don't know what to do. You need specialists. You wouldn't go in on a major tax problem, for example, and go to somebody who didn't have a background in tax law. Well, you're dealing with people's lives here.
After medical attention, I think victims are most in need of legal services, and sadly, the majority of the time they are not able to get those services.
You need somebody who understands domestic law. You need somebody who understands what the rights are, the responsibilities are, but also what the resources are.
To have this national resource, I think that's just invaluable.
It doesn't just stay here in Washington and write policies. It goes out in the field. It trains lawyers, it trains judges, and it gets justice out to the people.
So now we're going to talk about the closing argument.
My client will demonstrate to this court that the respondent continued to harass her.
The Commission is able to provide the kinds of training, resources, expertise, technical assistance, so that lawyers who are specializing in this area can really do their job well, but also to help pro bono attorneys really get the support they need.
I would encourage anyone who is a lawyer of any kind, transactional, litigation, lobbyist, whatever, you can do this work.
Initially, the Commission was focused on domestic violence and then expanded to be a Commission on domestic and sexual violence, and additionally has made sure that we bring on board people with expertise in stalking, addressing trafficking, even most recently the whole issue of forced marriage, helping pass a resolution in the ABA addressing that. I think it's examples how the Commission is always doing this work very comprehensively.
The 20th anniversary of VAWA and the 20th anniversary of the creation of the ABA's Commission on Domestic and Sexual Violence give us an opportunity to make sure that we put this issue front and center.
I think the organization and the legislation are closely intertwined, and they've both been very fundamental to the growth of the movement.
I think the Commission played a very important role with the reauthorization of VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act, in 2013.
When the ABA takes a stand on domestic violence, when they take a stand on sexual assault, individuals listen.
The ABA came in as a trusted partner. I think because of that, we were able to get some strong support, not just on the left, but some strong support on the right in both the House and the Senate. And I don't think we could have passed the bill, certainly not as extensive a bill as we did, had not been for all the help we got from the ABA.
It's really a critical component of the ABA, and I think what's been great is to see how the current president of the ABA and past presidents have really recognized this and lifted up and supported the work of the Commission.
This is the body within the American Bar Association who's making sure that the legal profession is keeping pace. And so it's vital. Theirs is a vital voice.
The biggest challenge that the Commission on Domestic and Sexual Violence faces is that despite everything that it has done, there is so much more to do.
I look at it as a work in progress.
We need to continue to train lawyers to help victims of domestic violence.
The research has shown that victims say that needing legal services ranks at the top of the issues that they're confronting. And yet only about 36% of domestic violence victims are able to get legal representation.
Don't give up. Don't give up. No matter how many people say otherwise, just think of the people, the lives you're saving.
The rewards for doing this work are almost immeasurable.
There's this expression within the Jewish tradition that somebody who saves one life, it's as if they save the entire world. And when the commission goes out and touches so many lives, I think it really is creating an entire world.